Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. Happy Thursday to everybody. I am just a couple of days away from walking my daughter down the aisle, and I'm in between daddy dues, things I need to do to help her out. And I thought I'd do this video today because every year I like to give my ballot for who I would vote for if I had a vote for the Hall of Fame. We have the announcement coming up in just a couple of weeks, actually. The 23rd of January is when they do that on MLB Network at 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be watching that with bated breath, as I always look forward to who will get into the Hall of Fame. And this year, I'm going to go through my ballot. I'm going to go through kind of some rationale and show some cards of rookie cards that are used on the registries and different autographs and stuff like that. Just show you guys some cool stuff of these guys and how many of them will get in. We'll go through that a little bit. I'll show you kind of where they're at in terms of the process so far on the balloting process, and talk about what I think. Just because I think they should get in doesn't mean they will. So I'll give both who I think I would vote for and who I think will actually get in. So looks like a really good class. It'll be interesting to see where it all shakes out. Yeah. Topps also came out earlier today, their 2024 base design. And it's interesting looking. I don't try not to just instantly react to what I think about the current design, whatever current year. It'll probably grow on me. It's a little neon-y, theme, and go check it out. You can see it on their Twitter account. You can go see it on Blowout, has a whole thread about it already. But yeah, it's different, that's for sure. And so we'll see. It'll be around everywhere. You'll be able to buy plenty of it starting, I think it's February 14th is when it goes live. So 2024 Topps is upon us, and that's always a good thing. It's the start of a new year, a new season, and baseball cards kind of usher that in. So that's a good thing. So here we go. I'm going to flip this around, show you guys some cards of guys I think should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame if I was voting. Here we go. All right. My ballot for 2024 Hall of Fame class, I voted for 8 people, 8 players, and you can vote up to 10. If you were a writer, you could vote up to 10. I'm voting for 8. And I actually struggled with a few of them. I could have voted for less and if they only said you could vote for 5, I would have no problem picking out the 5. There were some that I think are a little bit of a stretch, but are worthy, and so they're on my ballot. Let's see. First off, you've got this guy, Carlos Beltran. These are guys that are on my ballot. So as you see cards, that's who it is. So here's an autograph that I have in my collection of his from UD Authentics back in the day. Holographics, actually, Upper Deck Holographics. He doesn't have a ton of on-card autographs. Carlos Beltran just, to me, had a great career. And I thought at the end of his career, I'm like, yep, he's a Hall of Famer. Speed, defense, all the things that he did. I thought he was a great player and he had the longevity test. So far, he is at 67.8%. As I'm doing this today, about just under 40% of the ballot has been, announced. People have released their own ballots and they've added it up on Mr. Tibbs' website, but his spreadsheet that he has. So still a long way to go, but he's at 67.8. I actually do not think Carlos Beltran will get in this year. Here is his rookie card that they use for the registry. If he gets in the Hall of Fame, this will be considered by me the worst Hall of Fame rookie card of all time, because it's not even Carlos Beltran. And the fact that PSA uses this for the registry for his rookie card example is just stupid to me. There's other cards that are actually him pictured on it. Pena or Horatio Pena, I can't remember the guy's name who's on the card, but that is not Carlos Beltran, and I think that's so dumb that that's the card, but it is, and I have it. So there's autograph rookie card, Carlos Beltran on my ballot. Number 2, these are in alphabetical order, by the way, if you're wondering, is this guy right here, Adrian Beltre. To me, he's the number one guy on this class. Like, there is no one I would put in above him in this entire class, and that includes some other guys you're going to see later that probably have better statistics. But Beltre, to me, is a Hall of Famer. 3,000 hits, just Gold Glover, perennial, just amazing guy, great clubhouse guy. And I got to watch him his last 6 years or 5 years with the Rangers and saw what a leader he was and just how good he was. And so Beltre for me is no question. He's at 98.7% of the ballots. He's only been left off of 2 so far. He's going to walk in. He's going to end up with 90+% on his first ballot. The rookie card that PSA uses on the registry is the 97 Bowman Chrome. So there's that card. I have that. Getting ready for his election. So Beltre, no doubter for me. Next up, a guy that's been on the ballot now for, this is his 6th year, and it's Todd Helton. And to me, Todd Helton is one of those guys that I think gets criticized, obviously, because he played at Coors Field. I'm always one of those people that says the guy can't help where he was drafted. That's where he was drafted. Would he have had as great as statistics? Maybe not, but that's not his fault that he played at elevation. You know, he was drafted by the Rockies, so that, you know, he just played the hand he was dealt, and he played it well. He had a great career. That's one of my Todd Helton autographs. Here is his rookie card that they use. This is the 93 Topps Traded. It says a 0 on the serial number. I've had this a really long time. I actually had, so Todd Helton and I are about the same age. Let me see when he was born. Yep, we are 3 months apart. So I know my brother pitched against him, struck him out in college. My brother pitched at Vanderbilt and he was at Tennessee. I had that exact same bat, is my point. I used that bat in high school and college, that same Easton Gold bat. So I've always loved this card, had an affinity for it because of that. But Helton gets a vote from me. Next up, this guy, Joe Mauer. I'm a catcher by nature, and so I totally get why. Oh, let me go back to Helton. He's at 83%. I think Helton gets in, by the way. Helton is going to make it this year. I think this is his 6th year. I think he's going to make it. Mauer, back to Mauer, 3-time batting champ as a catcher, MVP. Was he really great for a really long time? No. Did he move to first base? Yes. Did he hit for power? Marginal at best. And so a lot of people don't think Joe Mauer deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He did some things as a catcher that were unique, and I think that warrants, at least it gets my vote. This is his first year on the ballot. He's currently at 84%. He's actually higher than Helton as it stands right now. And I actually think Mauer has a pretty good shot of getting in. It wouldn't shock me if he was right at that 75, 76% mark when all the votes are cast. What people don't maybe not realize is, as it stands now, with 40% of the vote, that'll get probably to 60, 65% of public votes that are out before the announcement. What typically happens is you'll see guys drop anywhere from 5 to 10% in the final balloting based on guys that didn't release their ballots publicly beforehand. So I do not have a Joe Mauer rookie card. It's actually a Bowman card, maybe Topps Pros and Pros, something like that. I don't have it. I've been looking for it, and it's just too expensive right now. If he gets in, then I'll finally pull the trigger and just eat it, but that just is what it is. I'll wait a while, like we all should, for Hall of Fame stuff. Let the hype die down, and then I'll pick one up down the road. And it's not a high pop card, so I think if he gets in, more and more people will send that card in to get graded, and I'll be able to pick one up down the road. Not really losing a whole lot of sleep over it. The next guy I would vote for is Manny Ramirez. And yep, PEDs, totally get it. If you disagree with me and just are a staunch no on the PED guys, I get it. I watched Manny Ramirez. He was an absolute beast of a hitter. Maybe the greatest right-handed, no, Pujols is better. Man Ram, he was up there. He was just a terror. Nobody wanted to see him come to bat in a critical situation against your team. Manny will not get in this year. He's only at 35%. He's not getting in, but he would be on my ballot. There's an autograph, and here is his rookie card in the Future Hall of Fame set, PSA 9, 92 Bowman with the awesome shirt. All right, next up, we're talking PED, guys. Let's keep going. A-Rod. Just look at the numbers, man. And are they tainted? Yeah, probably. Do I care? No, because even if you took off 20% of his numbers because of enhancements, so to speak, he'd still be a Hall of Famer. So, and some people are just like, no, he cheated, he's out. I get it. I understand that. I just don't agree with it, and that's okay. A-Rod is a Hall of Famer to me. Should be in, should have gotten in instantly. This is his third ballot. He's at 40, just under 40%. He is not going to get in. I do not think. I don't think he'll even get close, actually. Here's his rookie card that they use for the registry, 94 SP foil. Got that in an 8. This is the pop on this is nuts. There's tons of these out there, so can be gotten relatively cheap. Next up for me, a guy on the periphery of PEDs is this guy, Gary Sheffield. He would definitely get my vote, 500 home runs. Again, another beast of a hitter. I think he's actually hurt by how much he went around. He kind of played for a lot of different teams, and so Padres and Yankees, and trying to remember all the teams, obviously the Brewers. He played a lot of different places, and so I think that hurts him, actually. But Gary Sheffield, I have this signed 89 Upper Deck, which is also his rookie card. I'll show that in a second. In fact, I'll just show it now. Sheffield, this is his last year on the ballot, and he will not get in. He's at 75% now. He would get in today if the voting ended today, but it's not going to end today. And last year he went down almost 8%. So that would put him, I think he's going to be in the mid 60s, probably high 60s percentage wise. And that will not be enough on his last year in the ballot, but he would definitely get my vote. Last guy for me, my 8th person on my ballot is Billy Wagner. And God forbid you're a relief pitcher in this league, because no respect in terms of what you bring to the game, what you do. And Billy Wagner was one of the best to ever do it. And he was, I watched him pitch, nasty, filthy, and I hate that if you're not named Mariano Rivera, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame if you're a closer. And that's just, to me, not fair. It's part of the game. Was he one of the best at his position? Yes. Then there you go. He was amazing, Billy Wagner. I do not have his rookie card. It's a 95 Bowman paper. I don't have that yet. I've just never picked one up. They're also crazy expensive, relatively low pop. And so it's one of those, again, I think once he gets in, if he gets in, he'll, there'll be more of those out there. He's currently at just shy of 80%. He only went down 4.2 last year between public and private or total balloting. I think Wagner's going to scrape in. I think Wagner and Helton get in. I think Mauer and Beltre get in. So I think it's going to be a 4-person class this year. There's a couple things I want to talk about real quick in terms of, I'll actually flip this around real fast to talk about this. Well, I can't during the middle of it, so oh well, you'll just hear me talk this way. A lot of people are, first of all, Andrew Jones. A lot of people love Andrew Jones. If Andrew Jones got in, I would not be upset. I don't know. I have a hard time with Andrew Jones. He was so great defensive center fielder, no question. 400 plus home runs, did some good things, no question. He's just right off the ballot for me. Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley. Hard for me to talk about either of those guys without talking about them together. And if you hadn't to put them side by side, I think Jimmy Rollins has a better case for the Hall of Fame than Chase Utley. And yet Utley has 47% of the vote. Rollins has 14 currently. So maybe it's because Rollins is on his third ballot. Utley's on his first. I don't know, but that makes zero sense to me. I'm not even a Phillies guy, and I look at him and I go, Rollins all the way over Utley in terms of who would be a Hall of Famer in my book. I didn't vote for either one of them, but if I had to vote for one of them, I would vote for Jimmy Rollins, and not even close, actually. Vizquel, no, he was a no for me the whole time, and he's definitely no now. There's nobody really else of note even worth talking about. Most everybody else is going to be under 10% or 0 or whatever, and won't get any consideration. So that is it from me, guys. That's my ballot. Would love to hear your thoughts down below. They're going to be different than mine. That's okay, but let me have it. We'll talk to you guys soon. Keep collecting.